Hey, thanks for checking in with MeetYourSweet.com. Today's subject matter is the creepy things guys do when they're trying to get something going with a woman. When it comes to high-quality women, the ones who are the total package, something that you have to realize is that any kind of insecurity-based behavior is a complete turn-off. When you're trying to get something going with a woman, you basically have to be able to demonstrate a lack of insecurity. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean you go and peacock and try to be the center of attention by grabbing her arm and trying to impress her by putting on top hats or doing card tricks. No, it just means being capable of being laid back, as though you could care less what she thinks of you, and just being able to be relaxed and comfortable in your own skin. When it comes to women, this kind of behavior, that subtle but genuine kind of confidence and lack of insecurity, tends to be a real magnetic force. Now, the kind of guy who's set on proving something to everyone, that he's the man, that he's the life of the party, and so on, whether that's through peacock clothes or loud behavior, isn't actually all that attractive to most women. Granted, he may attract a certain type of woman, but that's not necessarily the caliber of woman that you're even interested in attaining. Often, in fact, the women who find that sort of behavior attractive are actually the ones with some pretty major security issues of their own. It's an interesting and paradoxical fact that the harder a guy seems to be trying, the less likely he is to get what he wants. Take a guy who's trying to impress a woman, and she'll be repulsed. But take a guy who could care less, who's just laid back and going with the flow, and not putting on a big show to impress anybody. Basically, a guy who's engaged in authentically being himself, and women are going to be drawn to that like moths to a flame. Here are a few other somewhat creepy things that guys do when they're trying to get something started with a woman. And a quick hint, avoid doing these things unless you want women to label you as a creepy guy. Number 1, telling women you don't even know that they're hot. A lot of guys do dumb stuff around women, like walking up to them and telling them just flat out that they're beautiful. No woman in the world who's worth her salt is going to take things any further with you after you feed her something like that. Hey baby, oh my God, you're so beautiful, can I take you out sometime? I mean, come on now. Women aren't going to respond favorably to that, and if she does, you can bet she's just in it for an ego boost. Number 2, any kind of hovering. Like when you hang around a woman when you're trying to work up the nerve to approach her. Guys, women notice stuff like this and it creeps them out. Either walk directly up to her and talk to her or go away. Don't just linger around the vicinity staring because, again, you will creep her out. Number 3, prolonged, unnecessary, and insecure eye contact. Here's a little tip. If you're looking at a woman and you make eye contact with her, hold it until she breaks it. Don't look away until she does. Well, unless it becomes some sort of weird staring contest, which is also not cool. Just to expand on this a little bit, almost all the attractive women that I've spoken to about this have confirmed that it is actually an incredibly annoying thing that guys do. I know you know what I'm talking about here. It's that hopeful, hovery, unnecessary eye contact and staring at a woman, and then looking away as soon as she looks at you. If you've been busted doing this once, then it's not such a big deal and you can relax. It's when you get busted doing it several times by the same woman that you begin to seem stalkery and basically downright creepy, so don't do it. Number 4, overdoing the introductory part of a conversation. A lot of guys, especially when they're just starting out with this stuff, think up an opener to use on a woman. Problem is, when they're actually in the moment and they're talking to her, their brain seems to seize up and they can't think of anything else to say. So 5 minutes later, they're still talking about the fact that Elvis used to be a blonde and oh my God, isn't that crazy, or whatever. Remember that an opener is just that. It's a random sentence designed to get a conversation started, not to be a complete conversation itself. To get over this tendency, just relax. Accept that you might actually blank out a few times as you get some practice in, and just let things move along. Don't stress so much because it's not a big deal, guys, and you really don't have to be a cutting-edge conversationalist to get some success. So don't worry about meeting standards or anything like that. Just relax and let events unfold by themselves. For more great dating tips, you can sign up for Meet Your Sweet's free mini course on attraction and dating. You'll get an email every day containing more information and advice. Here's where you'll find it: MeetYourSweet.com/6tips. And thanks for checking in.